All right, what's going on, everyone? Kyrie Irving is approaching unrestricted free agency, and there's a lot of uncertainty surrounding his future. Some people believe that he might be headed to the New York Knicks to team up with Kevin Durant. There's even some rumors about him going to Los Angeles to team up with LeBron James, though a lot of people are skeptical about that because they think that Kyrie Irving has too much pride to join LeBron James after leaving him and failing on his own with the Boston Celtics. But there's some serious problems about Kyrie Irving that I think teams are overlooking. I think people are now, after this season with the Boston Celtics and seeing all the chemistry problems that they had, there's some red flags around Kyrie Irving. There's some reports that teams are a little bit skeptical of him headed into free agency. But, I mean, teams like the Knicks and the Lakers, these big box office teams, are totally willing to take the risks on him. But I think there's a lot more issues about Kyrie Irving that not a lot of people are talking about. Kyrie Irving, at just 27 years old, has already had multiple knee surgeries. He had that foot injury in college that kept him out for most of his collegiate career. And throughout his whole career, he's been fairly injury prone. And this is out of a guy who already isn't the most athletic guy in the league. He's also not the most physically gifted. He's 6'3". He can barely dunk the basketball. And 6'3" by NBA standards is pretty short. This is a guy who can't really move laterally that quick. He's not the best defender. I think in the playoffs he got exposed a bit, especially against Milwaukee, where they just run, pick and roll to switch Giannis onto Kyrie Irving. And Giannis can just do whatever he wants on Kyrie. Kyrie at 6'3" can't guard somebody that's 7'1", of course. Let alone the fact that he's not the fastest guy in the NBA. And then another issue with Kyrie Irving, which I think is what the media has been talking about and teams are most concerned with, is his personality. He obviously, this year with the Celtics, there's serious chemistry problems, and a lot of people are putting the blame on Kyrie Irving due to the fact that last year they all seemed to be getting along great when he was out in the playoffs, and they made it into the conference finals without him. And then this year they have a tough season all year. They lose some games, and Kyrie Irving is calling out some of the young guys like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, Terry Rozier in the media after games, which is obviously going to cause problems because if you have a problem with somebody, you should probably just say it to their face instead of call them out in the media. A lot of people would probably see that as sort of a backhanded move. And then Kyrie Irving himself knows what it feels like to be in the shadow of somebody else. That's why he wanted out of Cleveland. He couldn't stand to be in the shadow of LeBron James anymore. Because whenever Cleveland won any games, it was because it was LeBron James who won the games, hardly, the Cleveland Cavaliers. And Kyrie Irving, knowing exactly what that feels like, walks into Boston and, proclaims himself the leader of the team, despite never having done anything for them. So, obviously, that'll rub teammates the wrong way when some guy who's never even played a single game for you is coming in and calling himself the leader of the team. And the further into the offseason we go, more of the Celtics teammates are coming out in the media and discussing what went wrong in the year. We saw Terry Rozier on First Take with Stephen A. Smith talking about the issues that he had over the course of the year. And a lot of reports are coming out that the Celtics were always kind of on edge the whole year because Kyrie Irving had such major mood swings. And this is a guy who might go to New York to team up with Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant isn't the most emotionally stable guy in the league himself. Kevin Durant, we obviously see in the media all the time. He's going on Twitter. He's pretty sensitive about what people say about him on social media, and he often claps back. So him and Kyrie Irving going onto the same team. Kyrie Irving, a guy who obviously can't stand to be in anyone else's shadow. He wants to be the main focus. He wants to be, the Kyrie Irving, the name. He wants to be the face of the franchise. And if he goes to a team with Kevin Durant, I'm not sure that Kyrie Irving would be getting a majority of the media attention. I think Kevin Durant is the better player of the two, and Kevin Durant's the bigger name. So if Kyrie Irving went to Kevin Durant's team, it would be Kevin Durant's team. And another thing that teams might be overlooking with Kyrie Irving is their fit with him. Kyrie Irving is a guy who is a great scorer. He could score 20-plus points a night easily in the regular season, where he shot around 50%. 40% from three and 90% from the free throw line, which is elite shooting percentages. But at the cost of that is he's an ISO player. A lot of the offense ends up just watching Kyrie Irving dribble around because he's got these handles, but ultimately he's dribbling for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, sometimes 20 seconds out of the shot clock. everyone's just standing around watching him, and then he takes a tough fadeaway mid-range jump shot. And we saw with the Boston Celtics that this wasn't a great fit. A lot of the Celtics offense, because of Brad Stevens, is focused around ball movement. I think that's why they made it so far in the conference finals last year without really a clear-cut superstar. It was just ball movement. Anyone could score at any time, so it was difficult for other teams to prepare for them. But this year, every team going into playing the Boston Celtics, they knew that it would be Kyrie Irving dribbling the ball for a majority of the shot clock and taking a majority of the shots. So when Kyrie Irving wasn't shooting well, like he was shooting very poorly in the Milwaukee series, the Celtics become a very easy team to guard because you just have to shut down Kyrie Irving, and he's going to keep shooting. We heard him in the media after those games. No matter how poor of a game he shot, he just said that he should shoot more the next game, and he did shoot more the next game, and he shot even worse. So the Celtics basically got eliminated from the playoffs because of Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving, obviously one of the bigger names in the league and one of the biggest talents. There's going to be a lot of media focus on him this offseason to see where he ends up. So we'll see. It'll probably be a big drama show. Let me know what you guys think, where he might end up this offseason in the comments. All right, peace.